Happy Valentine's Day today, families out there. I know usually this holiday is reserved for couples or people who are not very happy that they're not in a couple on Valentine's Day. But I personally think that Valentine's Day is just about sharing love, and it's about appreciating one another and really showing a lot of compassion to each other. So I decided to also give some encouragement and empowerment to families out there. So whether or not you are a single parent or whether or not you are a co-parenting, separated, divorced parents, family, or if you are a married couple with children, partnering, whatever the case is, we have lovely modern families nowadays. So whatever applies to you, take it and run. So I wrote down a few things to speak about, and then I have a couple of intuitive cards that I pulled that I will use to kind of give more perspective at the end of it. So for families today, the first thing I wanted to encourage is to have gratitude for what you have. You have a lot of blessings if you have a family. There are a lot of people out there who don't have family, whether or not they're not in touch with their family or whether or not they weren't able to have children themselves, or whether or not they even know who their real parents are. If you have a family unit, it's a blessing in itself, and there's a lot to appreciate about that. Whether or not you get along all the time, or whether or not you feel like you're the best role model, or whether or not your kids say that they hate you all the time, which usually it's just to make you upset. Some of them, I don't know, might be saying real stuff, but a lot of kids will say what they know is going to hurt you. It doesn't mean they don't love you. It just means they're trying to push your buttons. Just a little hint in case you didn't know that yet. But you should feel blessed to have what you have with a family, and really don't take it for granted, because you might reach a point in which you wish you didn't. So secondly, I wanted to encourage all of you families out there to have the freedom to create the story you want in every moment with your family. If you are really bored of doing the same things over and over again, start something fresh. Create a new pattern or a new family routine or a new tradition that really kind of sparks the energy in your family again. Do something fun. Be unpredictable. Be spontaneous. There are a lot of really cool ideas out there, even for things like on Pinterest, whatever. I do actually have a Pinterest account if you would like to check it out. I do have some different feeds that have parenting suggestions and so on them. So check that out at Awakenhcs pins, the capital P. Check out, see if they have any ideas. Kids, especially if you have younger kids, they love fun, crazy stuff. So the more creative you can be, don't even care what they are going to think of you. If, usually you're very put together and you're, very firm and rigid about what you're doing and everything's on a schedule. I think your kids would be like jumping for joy if you just let loose a little bit and kind of be more comfortable in your skin with them and just enjoy, have a little water fight or, bake something together in the kitchen and let them mix all the stuff and get messy. And that's where the fun and memories come from. If everything's on a schedule, if everything's planned, you miss out on those really fun, unpredictable, and irreplaceable moments. Things that money cannot pay for. Those moments where your kids laugh from their belly like you've never heard them laugh before. One day that laugh might not be there anymore because they're not very happy with you arguing with you. So really enjoy that moment where they have that belly laugh, that they're really just really in it with you. You won't regret it if you allow yourself to. And third, create the family now that you want your kids to teach their own kids someday. Because your kids are going to create that in their own families in the future. So if you want your kids to be great parents, you got to lead the charge. You got to do with your kids what you want them to be doing with their kids in the future. A lot of people don't realize how important that is. if, you don't really focus on your kids much, your kids are not going to know how to bond with their own children down the line. It starts in the home. So if you can lead that, if you can connect with them now, even if you haven't been perfect in the past, even if you've made a lot of mistakes, even if you weren't mentally there for them, you can always start fresh every single day. It is a new moment. It's a new time in our society even. There are so many things that are shifting. It would not be surprising to add mom or dad is doing things different now. And it might actually give you a little bit less stress by trying to really focus on that stuff rather than giving the things that may not really mean much in the grand scheme of things more attention than your children, because your children need you. They only have one set of parents. They're born from one set of people, and you're irreplaceable. Even if you don't have the best relationship with them, they still want that bond with you. And if you don't know how to give that bond to them, figure it out for them. Go and talk to somebody about it. Go and speak to, another family member, a friend, or even go and get yourself your own counselor to talk about, I don't know why I can't connect with my kids emotionally. Can you help me figure it out? Find somebody that fits with you, that you're comfortable with, to let them help you figure out why that is so that you can change it and help them bond with you better. Because I'm sure that you want to bond with them. You might not know how. You might not have been taught by your own family, but you can start it for them. It's all up to you to take the driver's seat in that. And their future relies on that. Their future happiness sits within your choices right now of how to interact with them in the family. So I hope that you take today to really appreciate and love your children, love your family, because you do have them. You have them right now. You can't predict the future. The past is irrelevant because you can't change it. So why stay stuck there? As long as you acknowledge the past and say, I didn't know, I'm sorry, or I wish I could go back and change things, but I can't go back. I can only change what's now and going forward. Will you allow me to try? I'm not going to be perfect. And, I hope you can be patient with me because I'm sure it'll be a learning curve for me. But I want to show you that I'm trying every day. I want to show you that I do actually care. And if you can tell me what I need to do to help you feel like I care more, that would help me more too. Let's have a conversation about this. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you before, but I want to be there for you now. Will you allow me to try? Will you allow me to get to that place where maybe you can feel like I am there? That's what matters. You being there with your kids. Turn off the cell phone. Turn off the TV. Put the work phone away. Don't shove them into all the activities so that they're out of your hair. They want you as much as you may not think they do, or, oh, my friend is on the phone. If you said to your kid, if they're, 10, if they're 13, if they're 21, if they're 35, if you said to your child, I would really love to spend time with you, can we make that happen? Can we plan something? Or can we do something special, just you and me? Because I would really enjoy that. I would say probably 15 to 20% might say, hell no, leave me alone. And, they might have had a lot leading up to that answer. But most kids want that time with their family. They want that time with their parent because you are irreplaceable. They have things they want to get out of you before it's too late. And they have moments they want to create with you before it's too late. So I hope that you really focus on that and give your family the love that it deserves and the time that needs to develop and to solidify that you can, especially on a day like today. And hopefully after today, you can keep it going, because it's not just about one day. It's about creating the life that you want, the life that really will truly make them happy, which unfortunately everybody's starting to awaken to and learn does not come from material possessions. It does not come from bringing them everywhere. It does not come from, I put you in every single sport that you possibly wanted. It comes from moments together. It comes from connecting with each other and bonding with each other. And I hope that you can put that as the first priority and maybe then work the second because your kids need that from you. So on that note, I have 2 cards that I actually pulled. I pulled this from, it's a card deck called the Grace Cards. I'm not exactly sure who wrote the cards, but the first one that I pulled was choice, which kind of goes right into what is your choice? Do you want to focus on the things that may not matter in the grand scheme of it? Or do you want to choose to spend time with your family? Choose to focus on love and what you do have with them right now while you have it. The back of it says, reconsider a commitment. You have the right to change your mind. Actually, it says Cheryl Richardson was the one who wrote these cards. So even if you had previously committed, oh, I'm going to work all this time, or oh, I'm going to be here with this person, and your kid really needs you, reconsider. You might have a moment with them that you will not get back if you do not take that moment. Think about it. And then the last one says time again. I was just speaking to this. Time is irreplaceable. Schedule a sacred date with yourself. So yes, we take care of all of our loved ones. We also need to take care of us. It says you deserve time for your life. So, sorry, my speaker's shutting off. You deserve time for your life. When you are happy, when you are taking care of you, your kids get your best side too. If you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not putting your effort into making sure that you're feeling okay, your kids are not going to get the best side of you. Whether or not that you want them to not get that good side, it's still going to happen. And unfortunately, especially if you have younger kids, little kids, because they don't have that processing yet in their mind of responsibility and judgment, they automatically process that through feelings. And if your feelings are emanating off of your body, like, I am so miserable, I am sad, I'm depressed, I am angry, your kid is going to internalize that as they're the reason that you're feeling like that. And then that just colors how your kid's starting to grow up. So really pay attention to, what should I be doing for me to fill my cup back up so that my kids get the best me that I can give them, and then they become the best kids that they can be and grow into adults that are awesome too. So, self-love, self-care, model to your kids what you want your kids to be like when they grow up. And have a wonderful day enjoying each other. Have a wonderful, happy Valentine's. Do silly things, do crazy things. Really make this year's Valentine's Day 1 in a million, and it will be a memory that your family will never forget. Record it if you can, but don't make the camera the reason that you're there. On that note, happy Valentine's Day. Much love to everybody. Take care.